You could be an MBA aspirant who's eager to crack this year. You're focused to make it to a top B school this year. And one of the problems at hand, one of the perceived problems which you may be having at your end is that, hey, I work during the day, my work hours are very strenuous. Now, when do I find the time to study for CAT? And because of that, I'm sure that not only you would have delayed starting your CAT prep, but it could also be that you are not really feeling that yes, you're preparing well. Well, in this video, I'm here to share with you a hack, a 3x mindset through which you can actually solve your time management issues. And even if you're an MBA student who wants to do more during your MBA, this video will surely help you. Hi, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from Udaipur, and I help MBA students create fulfilling careers without depending on placements. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and let's get on understanding more about this. Now, I solved this time management problem for myself just 4 or 5 weeks back, and therefore it was very important for me to make this video to share that philosophy, to share that understanding with you, because most likely the way you're solving your time management issues is by attacking a very wrong problem, which is what I'll be sharing with you in this video. Also, in this video, I'll be sharing with you that what is the best time to study, what is the best time of the day to do anything much more efficiently. I have this in this video. So now I'll straight on head on to something which I want to share with you, that what are the three steps to actually solve time management, to actually get better at managing your time, so that you can actually find time not only for your work but also for your CAT prep, and even if there's something else, there's a third thing which you want to do for yourself, even for that. Now, the way we try to solve for our time management issues is like this, that we make a very tight, strict schedule for ourselves, that hey, you know what, I'll wake up at 7 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'll work out, I'll go to the gym, I'll do yoga. From 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'll have my breakfast, I'll study, I don't know what. From 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. then probably I'll travel, and so on and so forth. We make very strict timelines for ourselves, and then obviously the next day we wake up, for all you know, we might not even wake up at 7 a.m. We might wake up late, and even if we do, we're hardly ever able to follow that. And if that is something which is happening with you, I understand that. Therefore, probably you need to understand your time management issues at 3 levels. ये आपको 3 अलग level पे समझना होगा कि time management का खेल actually क्या है. The first thing which you need to check for your time management issues, that what is the problem. The first thing which you need to check for is the availability. What does availability even mean? Availability simply means that how many hours do I have available. It could be, and it usually happens, that probably you are sleeping for too many hours, or you're wasting too many hours in something which you know that you should not do. Therefore, the first audit which you need to do is that okay, how many hours am I sleeping, and how many hours am I awake, the absolute number of hours, and how many hours are being wasted in something, this and that, and all of those things. Let me tell you, and this is what was the problem with me. The biggest problem which you might be having in your time management issues is not anything else, but is that you're not giving your day enough hours. Probably you're sleeping late and you're waking up even late. अगर आप 2 बजे सो के सुबह 10 पे उठते हैं, if you're sleeping at 2 a.m. and if you're waking at 10 a.m., you are sleeping for way longer than you should. If you're sleeping at 12 midnight and waking up at say 9 a.m., you're sleeping for 9 hours. Probably this could be a problem. Obviously, if you're a WorkX person, this might not be a problem for you, but this could be a problem for anyone else. For example, an MBA aspirant who's not a WorkX, who's free, or for an MBA student. So the first level you need to check this problem is that how many hours are available with me. Moving on from there, the second thing which you need to check is that now that I know that okay, roughly around 16 hours are with me. I know that 16 hours तो मेरे पास होते हैं. The second thing you need to check is utilization. That okay, अब next level problem ये है कि मैं वो 16 घंटे अभी कैसे utilize कर रही हूँ, या फिर how can I better utilize those 16 hours, which means that now you start to think about that in one particular hour or a few hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, how do I time block and plan things out कि okay, roughly 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I would be involved in this. Roughly from this time to this time I'd be involved in this. That kind of a planning is a second level planning. For all you know, you could be stuck at the first level in itself, which is where I was. If you're sleeping late and waking up even late and you're sleeping for like 8 hours, you are not going anywhere. That is the problem you need to solve for yourself. And then once you've made more hours available for yourself, once you've got rid of a lot of activities which were distracting you, which were not important. So say for example, if I were to speak about the availability problem again, it could be not just about sleeping. It could be that okay, you're sleeping for like good 5-6 hours, which is okay, but you're spending your time on certain other activities which you should not be spending, in which you know that okay, this is a waste of time. How about I reduce my expenditure of hours of those 3 hours on that activity, and now I have 3 more hours to do something else. So the first challenge you need to solve for is that make more hours available for yourself, and then think about it. Okay, now that I have these many hours, how do I allocate these hours into the various things which I want to do? Then comes the third problem of productivity, which means what? Which is that how efficiently can I do what I do? Which means this, that initially up till level number 2, you have realized that okay, probably for this particular activity, for this particular studies, I would spend from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. or when I come back from work, I'd be spending from 7 p.m. to say 9 p.m. Then what you need to think about is that okay, how can I get more efficient? That is it something, can I do much faster? Am I being too slow? Am I distracted during those 2 hours? That is when then you think about efficiency, that ओके, जो भी मैं काम आज सोच रहा हूं या सोच रही हूं कि मैं 2 घंटे या 3 घंटे में खत्म करूंगा, क्या मैं उसको जल्दी खत्म कर सकता हूं? क्या मैं अपनी एफिशिएंसी बढ़ा सकता हूं? क्या मैं उस सर्टेन नंबर ऑफ आवर्स में अपना आउटपुट इंक्रीज कर सकता हूं, अपनी प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीज कर सकता हूं? द प्रॉब्लम, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, इज दिस, दैट प्रोडक्टिविटी इज एक्चुअली अ वेरी अब्यूज्ड वर्ड. नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज दैट whenever you feel that okay, you know what, I am not doing enough in life for myself, the first thing which you search for online is productivity hacks, and then you come across apps which suggest you that okay, you should play music while you're working, you should do this, you should do that, you should create a calendar, and all of those things. All of these things would fail because probably you are directly hopping onto the level 3 problem, whereas in reality your problem might not even be a level 3 problem. It could just be a level 1 problem, that probably you're not making available enough hours for yourself, and hence you're being harsh on yourself कि अरे यार ये काम क्यों नहीं हो पा रहा, अरे यार मैं पढ़ क्यों नहीं पा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि आपने अपने आप को समय दिया ही नहीं है. आप शायद ऑफिस के बाद you're hanging out too much with your friends, you're spending 2 to 3 hours with your friends after your office, and your hours available for the real work are not even there. Then it could be the second level problem of that utilization, that you have the hours but your mind is not working, or you're not planning enough that okay, what should I do in these hours? अभी अगर मैं बीच में 1 hour free होता हूँ, मैं इसमें कर सकता हूँ कुछ काम. That is the thought process. And then talk about productivity, then talk about increasing efficiency, then talk about increasing outcomes. Now, I hope this has given you a good perspective about how do you solve for your time management issues. Now, there's one thing which I want to tell you about, which is that when should you study? When is the best time for you to go out and study, or stay in and study, I should say? And I do have a very definite answer to this question which is there. Now, as you would have seen, there is definitely a best time to study, and that is what I want to tell you about. Now, here's the thing. There is a best time to study. There is a best time when you're most productive and you'll be having the highest efficiency during the day, and that is when, which is also, it will be good for your health if you're able to work at that particular time of the day. Now, here is the thing. Mornings are better for you to study. Mornings are better for you to do anything. I'll just go out and state the bold statement. Now, while I'm saying this, that hey, mornings are good, a lot of you will say, but night owls ka kya? Usually to, we've studied in, usually we've seen this in research that, there are some people who are night owls and some people who are early birds. ऐसे भी तो लोग होते हैं जो शायद रात को ज़्यादा productive होंगे, and सब लोग शायद सुबह productive नहीं हो सकते. Well, I have an answer to that, and here is what you need to know about it. See, there are 3 simple things. The first simple thing is this thing, that historically night owl जैसा कुछ नहीं होता. Human beings are designed to sleep by 9 p.m. and wake up as early as 4 a.m. Why am I saying that? It's not something which I do. So I'm not saying that, hey, I'm prescribing you to sleep at 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. No. If you understand, if you go back in time for the thousands and lakhs of years when there was no electricity, when even fire had not been discovered, the thing was that the human cycle was governed by the sunlight. So as soon as the sunlight used to go down, there was not enough sunlight for people to work. It was not safe to work in the farms and the fields, and therefore you had to sleep. And as soon as the sun used to come up, which is at around 4 o'clock, 4:30, people used to wake up. So the entire human sleep cycle is actually very closely aligned with the sun, and you'd feel your best self if your sleep cycle is aligned with the sun. That is what humans actually are. Now the thing is that this night owl concept is actually an adaptation. It is something which we have adapted to owing to the work requirements which we have, thanks to the fact that now we have electricity, we can put on lights and we can do all of these things. That is an advantage, and because of that we have suddenly more number of hours in which we can do these things, and therefore people have adapted themselves to be able to work at night. But that is questionable whether it is productive or not. Even if it is productive, the thing is, and this is researched, there are researches that while you might feel that okay, you are very productive at night and raat ko ekdam sannata hota hai, I can study in this and that, and probably I am a night owl, the fact is it has major health risks. The people who are night owls are seen to be more obese, there would be heart problems, you are at a higher risk of cancer. There is a research, there are multiple researches around this. You could do just a very simple Google search for health risks for night owls and you will find these out. So this is a fact, this is a very simply understood fact that you are better off sleeping early, sleeping at the earliest which you can, waking up early and doing whatever you work you want to do, whether you want to prepare for CAT, whether you want to build a side hustle of your own, whatever you want to do. Mornings are the best time to do it. You are much more efficient and you are much more in the control of your day. Well, this video was for me to share with you that how I understood about my time management problems. I've struggled with these problems all through my MBA time, Udaipur, and I know that it sucks to not being able to do the things which you want to do, especially if it's about cracking CAT and making it to a good B school. I hope you enjoyed this. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.